Hi everyone, hey, how are you doing? Does new light mean you're right? Then what was old light? Misdirection? Let's get into this. So I've just had a conversation with my mother, and she says that they're just about to drop some new lights on the separation of the sheep and goats. Now, some people may already know this. I don't know. It depends on what links you've still got to your former religion. But you know how you used to always believe that the separating was likely to take place at the start of the tribulation. Well, the new light that's coming through now is going to now say that the separating will take place just before Armageddon. So it will be virtually at the point where God has intervened into man's affairs and cut short the tribulation on account of the elect. And then the separation of the sheep and goats takes place. So I've got my my big Bible open now, so we're going to go through this together. On 31, it says, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, Son of Man, Jesus Christ, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, greatest man that ever walked the earth.
And that was lay down his perfect life for us ungrateful ones. So he comes in all his glory and all the angels with him. Then he will sit down on his glorious throne. Of course, he will sit down on his throne because he will be king of his father's messianic kingdom. And rightly so. He is a king, so he deserves to sit on that glorious throne. And all the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people one from another, just as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. So what we're now trying to establish is timing. Now, I think at the moment that the Son of Man arrives with his angels, what would be the first thing on his mind? What will he find the world in? Well, he'll find the world on the verge of world war. So if he shows up at that time, would it not make sense that he deals with God and may God first? Makes sense to me. Will he not stop man in his tracks? Stop him from wiping himself out?
So he will deal with them first. And so the separating of the sheep and goats, for me, makes much more sense than what everybody previously thought. Because the timing now will be that people are judged and sentence is pronounced. So I suppose in a sort of human point of view, similar to a court system. If you go to a Crown Court, you have your trial. If you're found guilty, then a couple of days later, they pronounce sentence. And so that's when you can be taken away and imprisoned. It would make sense, wouldn't it? This way, that the separating of the sheep and goats, once a person is found to be either a sheep or a goat, put on either the left or the right hand, and then sentence is pronounced by the one that sits on the throne. Now that makes much more sense than this happening at the start of the tribulation. And I'll tell you another reason why this, for me, makes more sense. Because at this point now, man's system will have shown itself up to be a completely failed institution. There will be no more religion at this point, because the beast will have turned on the harlot. All of that would have taken place. So if you're a soul searcher, truth seeker, still living at this time, you will see all that. That will make perfect sense to you. And you'll think, well, so-and-so's no longer here. And that's gone. And all we've got left now is a righteous new government in the form of God's messianic kingdom. And for me, timing is crucial on something like this. It's vital. So new light. There's been a lot of it lately, with the beards and other things. So are the Jehovah's Witnesses going to now throw all their weight behind this new light outcome now and completely dismiss what they may have believed in the past. Now, for me, new light doesn't mean you're right, because if that was the case, then you've got to say that all that old light has led you down an incorrect path, hasn't it? In a way. Has it led you down an incorrect path or not? Or am I nitpicking? I'm leaving that one to you guys. Because for me, we need to think about it. We need to think if we're just getting bombarded at the moment with different new aspects of where it's all going, you're going to feel, I suppose, a bit of a fool for clinging so fervently to what was impressed in you in the first place. It's a difficult one, peeps. It's a difficult one. But that's what my mum said just about an hour ago. That's what they're going to be doing. Dropping new light on this particular sheep and goats timing event. Getting the timing right is crucial. I think getting your facts right is even more crucial. But try and get your facts right the first time round. Not have a few goes at it and then eventually get it right. It's nice to get it right first time, every time. You hear what I'm saying? See y'all.